Welcome back to the topsy-turvy world of governments. We are the government of Australia. We have held power through an election. Somehow the people love me more than the opposition, which is quite amazing considering at the start, you'd think that when you win an election, your poll results, at least in this game, would be over 50%. But for whatever reason, they are not. But that's just the way it is, because after all, there's no minor parties in the game. There's just 2 major parties and that's it. Also, we have a small budget deficit, so that's not too bad. And our economy and GDP are improving a lot. I need to go ahead and reduce unemployment. Education's still all good, so no worries there. Gotta love my space faring guys. It's always very nice to see. I'd love to improve productivity. So let's see. Something that people will love. I'm not really sure what they want. Transport's always been a problem for us. And I want to reduce the amount of people on the roads. So what I'm going to do is introduce a telecommuting initiative. So instead of people driving to work, they'll be encouraged to work from home. And the policy offers tax incentives to companies supporting this option. So that sounds like a pretty good idea. It's going to lower the amount of commuters, or at least make them happier. And then I guess to lower the amount of commuters, because commuters don't really like me at all at the moment. Car usage is also going to drop down. Parents and trade unionists are going to love that. So we're going to do that. I'm wondering, why does the minister picture not come up? I only just realized this. The effectiveness is 57%. All right, so it affects like who your minister is and all. Because I was looking at this, and why aren't the pictures coming up at the moment? They were coming up a couple of minutes ago. I guess it does come. I don't know what the hell just happened. I got no idea. Interesting. I was just playing my own game, so maybe that's something that's glitched up. But anyways, the pictures are not important because they're just made up characters or cartoons. So another thing that we want to implement, let's see. Some transport extra things, something that people will love. The biofuel subsidies they love. Biofuels can reduce oil demand by mixing ethanol derived from corn with petrochemical fuel. This is generally popular with environmentalists. Farmers who earn money producing corn for biofuel use also benefits. Biofuels with a higher mix of ethanol can be subsidized through tax breaks. Seems like that's going to cost us a bit. Is there anything else that I'd love to improve? Our roads already work up to the max. Clean fuel subsidies already up there. No, don't really. No. Cancel. Revert changes. Don't want to cancel any policies. So mansion tax. Don't really want to change that around. I'm pretty happy with the way things are at the moment. Productivity. Let's see how we can change that. Because it's going down. Actually, no. Let's go back to productivity. And health isn't the best. Alcohol consumption. Brain drain. So the drugs are the problem. Those damned scientists taking cocaine during their breaks. All right. So let's go see how we can entice them. That would be, where would it be? Public service? No. But we can get youth club subsidies. Faith school subsidies. Yeah, get lost. We ain't gonna subsidize private schools. School tax credits. Yeah, we're already pretty good with the voters. It's not really gonna hurt us all that much. Married tax allowance. No. Technology grants. I don't really want to. That's not really going to affect us too much. Clean energy subsidies. Not really sure what we want. Maybe we shouldn't get anything and just keep on saving up. Although, welfare fraud department, that's something that I'd like. Because that's going to help us out a lot. Also, because, well, not because, but as you might be able to see, that the cost is a lot smaller than the income. So we'll still be making a good amount of money. Actually, almost double of what the cost is. So that's nice. We can go from undercover investigators all the way down to reporting hotline, but we're going to make sure there's no welfare fraud. They'll hopefully entice people to come into the workforce. We've still got a rather large budget deficit. Safeguard oil supplies. Representatives from oil companies used in our country have requested that the government deploy troops at our oil refineries in the Middle East to protect them from attack by terrorists. The governments involved are happy for our troops to be stationed on their soil for this purpose. That's pretty interesting and important. The governments involved are happy for our troops to be stationed on their soil for this purpose. So if we send the troops, I'd imagine like terrorists get angry, nationalists of that country get angry at us, but it's not really my problem, really. It's the other government's problem, because after all, they're the ones that allow us there. So I will send the troops, because after all, I want to protect my own national interest. After all, you can get away with pretty much anything if you claim national interest these days. Spy on people, do whatever you want. As you might have been following the Snowden leaks. But with that being said, let's go over into the next turn, which is what I wanted to do. Good news, global economy is doing well. Oh god. Alice Williams seems like she wants to quit. A budget surplus. Oh, we have a budget surplus now. And we're 74% in the polls. Oh, there was a quote from Bill O'Reilly too. Oh, the quote changes every time. Condoleezza Rice. Punish France, ignore Germany, and forgive Russia. Wise words. Bloody Frenchies. Rarely is the question asked, is our children learning? That's pretty quality. Is our children learning? Alright, do any new policy ideas just come out of nowhere? I don't think they do, but... So maybe some more transport stuff. The lady wanted some help. Here we go. This will really help out with the voters. It costs a fair bit, but I've got a fair amount of, well, our economy is growing anyway. So motorists are going to like us, and hopefully that lady, Jaden Morgan, the transport minister that wants to leave, isn't going to leave anymore. Let's apply those changes. Come up over here. Actually, no, it's not the transport. I don't think it was the transport minister that wanted to talk to us. Which I can check anyway. Alice Williams, public service. Oh, there's a Saddam Hussein quote as well. Keep on forgetting to check the quotes. But I'm pretty happy with the way things are now. But wait, let's just make sure we butter up Alice Williams. So, Alice Williams, we go here. What does she like? Commuters and liberals. I thought liberals like us. It's going down, actually. Let's see, how can we improve that? Intelligence services. Spy satellite network. Liberals are going to like us a little bit less. I'm going to cancel that. Because I don't want to get assassinated. That's something that I don't want to happen at all. Because then the game ends abruptly. Of course, as you expect when you get assassinated, you die. But that's life when you're in the public eye. I'm not sure when this next vote is going to be. Religious blood. Crusaders of the Lord. They're the ones that keep on annoying me. Immigration scandal. A random check of the food packaging industry has found a shocking number of people doing low-paid jobs without work permits. Alright, so we're still in a growing budget surplus. 70% of the people are going to vote for us. Very nice. Okay, pretty happy with the way things are going. GDP's always increasing, which is great to see. Okay. How many turns here do we have? 3 more turns until an election. Let's make them count then. We're gonna make the poor people love us. They don't like recreational drugs tax. Well, that's too bad. If you're poor, then you don't have money for drugs. That's just life. Welfare, they don't like the welfare fraud department. Can't say I'm surprised. Alright, well, let's just go into the next turn. I don't really want to do anything. I want to just pay off my surplus. And it seems like everyone likes us at the moment. Nuclear test ban treaty. Okay, we can wait up for that though. A small surplus of $10 billion now. So that's definitely helping us out a massive amount. It should. Especially people should really take a notice of just how well we are handling the debt. And that is seemingly to be taken into account in the polls as well. So that's a good sign. I'm thinking about lowering the luxury goods tax, which will lower the brain drain. Because the brain drain is a bit of a problem. Although I'm just going to cancel this for the moment. And just come back over here, which I seem to love doing. Hybrid cars initiative. That sounds good. A lower oil demand, so let's get that. And let's see. Is there anything else with technology? Subsidized school buses, fuel efficiency standards. Death penalty. We definitely don't want to introduce that. Death penalty in Australia. I'm very thankful for it that we don't have it. Free eye tests. Well, I'm not really going to do that. Although, well, let's see. How else can we sucker those people in? Although I could imagine these public service policy ideas being a burden on productivity and ultimately the free markets. So, thinking of leaving things as they are. Don't really want any extra benefits. Farmers seem to be liking us a bit more. Okay, parents can stop complaining. How about I actually get rid of the baby bonus? Oh, damn it. It's popular. Why do all the good things have to be popular with people? Been spending too much money on education and now they are a bit too smart for their own good. Have a look at this. Nuclear test ban treaty. United Nations is pushing, should be in capital letters, the United Nations is pushing for your country to sign a treaty that would ban us from carrying out any nuclear tests for research purposes. Many other nations have already signed the treaty and are pressuring us to sign through diplomatic channels. I'm going to sign it because we don't have any nuclear weapons anyway. Alright, one more turn after this. And then it is D-Day. Oh, conservative plots. Oh, look at that. Our GDP is out of the red for once. Oh, we've got a technological advantage. This is new. It looks like our country is leading the world in a number of major areas of science and technology. This is great news for our economy as it means we have a major advantage over our competitors. Now, hopefully, well, it seems like it's drastic. That's pretty much our biggest jump forward in our GDP, so that's great. That is really great. All right. All right, so you're the Chancellor. We still have a budget surplus, and 78% of people want to vote for me. So it seems like we're going to be re-elected for a third term. What do you know? And I thought like Australia would have been one of the hardest countries in this game because it was the last one that you choose from in the settings. So I wonder if that's the case. I'm pretty happy with the way we're going. There's no like difficulty settings like hard, easy, or medium. You just go as you please. And I think this might be a rather uneventful turn. I mean, I'd rather save up our political capital. Fracking. Hydraulic fracturing, better known as fracking, is a new drilling technology that allows energy companies to exploit previously unreachable deposits of shale gas. The technique is relatively new and requires the government to give permission to use. On the one hand, it opens up potentially huge supplies of energy. On the other hand, there are serious environmental concerns about the process. Well, fracking poses a number of dangers, not least the possibility that it is linked to earthquakes and the very real danger of contaminating the water supply, as it involves pumping huge quantities of dangerous chemicals into the rock at very high pressures. Plus, this is just another way to perpetuate our reliance on ever-dwindling supplies of climate-damaging fossil fuels. I will ban fracking. In Australia, it's pretty fucked up because the state, as in not the actual national state, but our states like New South Wales, etc., our federal states, I guess you'd call them, actually own the land, which is, I don't know, I think it's a meter underground, and everything below that, the state actually owns that. So you just pretty much own the topsoil of your land when you buy property. So when it comes to fracking, the government allows companies to pretty much come into your property unannounced if you're a farmer, or where you live, where there might be some shale gas that they'd want to frack from the ground. They're able to just come in, install their own fracking materials and tools and all that, and dig to their heart's content pretty much, without you having pretty much any legal say in it, because it's illegal for them to do that, even if the machinery that they use to operate it is actually on your ground level, the place that you own. It's pretty screwed up, really. What's that? Working week. Yeah, people aren't overworking, which is good. With that being said, I'm really happy that we have a technological advantage, and we have one turn left, and this is going to be it. And we're at 75% in the polls, so let's go start the count this time. Oh, wow. I think it's going to be a bit more than 75% this time. Ay caramba. That is a lot of votes. Market meltdown. We may not have done anything wrong, but a crisis in confidence in the overseas mortgage market has led to a global meltdown of the stock market. Big financial institutions are panicking, and there is likely to be a medium-term drop in the strength of the global economy, with resultant impacts on us. Damn. Let's see, global economy. Still not the biggest issue, it's still the brain drain. A lady wants to talk to us. Alright. The budget report's going to come back very bad next episode, I can tell you that right now. It's drastically going to hurt us. So, let's think. How can I improve things? Maybe a new policy idea. Economy. I don't really need to care about whether people like me or not, though. So, at the moment, let's see. Some of that, well, tax will give us income. Airline tax, graduate tax, internet. Internet tax actually will give us a lot of money. Car tax. Flat income tax. A flat rate income tax is a tax where every citizen pays the same marginal rate of income tax regardless of their total income. As a result, the cleaner in the office pays the same rate as a CEO, though the CEO's total tax bill will be higher. The simpler structure can lead to a lower avoidance and evasion. It is not progressive and can exacerbate income inequality. Like, ay caramba, imagine if we were getting $233 billion from that. And inheritance tax. Though we don't have enough capital for that. That seems like a good plan. Let's see, public services. They obviously won't help us out very much. Transports. Fuel efficiency standards. I'm going to just go into the next turn. Pretty happy that we've done so well. We're going to protect ourselves. Unemployment's... Oh, God. Ghettos in Australia. What are the causes? Racial tension and immigration. Combination of immigration, street crime, and racial tension. We're going to lower that then. We've got 81% of the vote this time. And we're still in a budget surplus. Hip hip hooray. Alright, let's lower the racial tension then. Let's see. Citizenship tests. I'm going to cancel this. But it's so popular with people. Bastards. What else adds to this? Education. Let's see. Let's put more money into public libraries. Make people. I like how retired people love libraries, and that'll put us in a budget deficit. A royal scandal. Here we go. A prominent member of the royal family has unfortunately made a comment that could be considered racist if taken out of context. The comment was overheard by press photographers and is causing a scandal. How will the government react? Well, I think you guys know what I'm already going to choose, but I think that's actually a play on something that happened with Prince Charles. I think when he was on a Swiss alpine skiing tour, he said something, I don't know, something really racist or something like that. And the photographers heard and it was a major thing. But support the monarch. Nobody expects the government of the day to openly criticize the monarch. It would likely lead to major constitutional difficulties and would be considered deeply unpatriotic. We should issue a statement to the effect that the phrase was taken out of context, was off the record, and clearly does not represent the views of the royal family. And to think that the government has to do that, Jesus Christ. Nobody expects the government of the day to openly criticize the monarch. So much for freedom of speech. So if you're in a constitutional monarchy, you pretty much got to suck off the monarchs. You can't say anything negative towards them. So much for a well-rounded political debate, I guess. And we should issue a statement to the effect that the phrase was taken out of context. So basically, we're going to lie to cover up for the monarch. Or we can criticize the monarch. How can we possibly stand by and let this happen without comment? Nobody expects your government to call for the royal family's abolition, but at the very least, a strongly worded statement to the effect that such comments are unhelpful and out of step with the times would be appropriate, regardless of what the royalists and patriots may think. Well, if you ask me, the monarchy is out of step with the times just in general because, well, they're an incredibly old institution that doesn't really make all that much sense in an egalitarian Australia. In a more equal world at that. I think we're going to go into the next turn. We'll see what problems happen now. Oh, God. Oh, okay, the pollution is at an end now, thankfully. Environmental experts tell us that the country's pollution problem is now under control. Our citizens no longer need to wear face masks when cycling to work. Seems like Australia's become China 2.0. What the hell happened here? Oh, alright, the pollution. What? Okay, that's really weird. I guess we might have started with pollution as a problem. Lots of these people need to talk to us. They're very unhappy, so we'll go do that next episode. Whaling is a problem. We're in a minor budget deficit, but we're clambering back, which is great to see. Ballots and the rightful and peaceful successors to bullets. Wise words by Abraham Lincoln. All right. So that'll be it for another episode. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed that. We've done quite well. We've gained a third term in office. Done quite a bit. I've been talking way too long recording today and my mouth hurts a lot. So I'll leave it at that. Hope you've enjoyed. If you have, make sure you tell me and we'll be back with a bit more later on.